start it off.
I'm Dre Sean.
I'm me, Christopher, the man, the myth, the legend, the man of the house, the reason for all of this. It is inevitable. I'm good. That's my intro.
Okay. Today we are saying our top 10 movies of 2022.
And shout out to Friggins and People's Forum, Sean and Don from Am I on the Air, because we always do this because of them, and they include us and request us to do this. So shout out to them. And it's like a shorter version of theirs, because theirs is like 2 hours long. Ours is hopefully going to be like 10, 20 minutes.
Thanks.
And hopefully we're more consistent this year, because we were supposed to do this all last year, and it definitely did not happen. It's his fault. So how do you want to start?
Starting off, we will do our honorable mentions.
So that was this is really hard. I don't even remember how hard it was last year, but I don't know. There was a lot of good movies to me. So my adult movie he probably didn't even watch or care about was Tickets to Paradise with Julia Roberts and George Clooney. I love that movie. I'm like a romance guy, so I love that movie. It was funny. It has George Clooney and Julia Roberts. Then I had Emily the Criminal. I think that was only on Netflix. You don't watch good movies.
I've never heard of these.
If it doesn't have a supernatural power or a superpower or something, he doesn't watch it. But yeah, Emily the Criminal. I'm not going to say this one because it's going to start a fight. Ambulance was on my honorable mention, which is probably on some people's top list. It should be, because it was an awesome movie, but there's just too many good movies. And then Devotion, Me Time, I Want You Back with Charlie Day, and then Emancipation with Will Smith. I could keep going forever. It was really hard to just pick some movies.
My honorable mentions are Devotion. That movie was a really good movie to me, and it was super sad.
It was true.
It was true. Uncharted. I really love the video games. I like what they did with the movie, but it didn't make the top 10.
I forgot that. That should have been in mine too, but again, there were so many good movies.
Thor, Love and Thunder.
Disrespectful.
It was
Wow.
It was a really good movie, but just not one of the best out of that year. Gray Man with Ryan Gosling and Chris Evans.
The disrespect.
I don't honestly remember a lot about that movie, but the parts I do remember, it was pretty cool, and that's why it's still in the honorable mentions. And The Adam Project. I'm a huge fan of Ryan Reynolds. I think he's absolutely hilarious, and that's why
He could put a movie out without talking, and it would be in his top 10.
It would. He's that good.
So is Ryan Gosling.
Agree to disagree.
Anyways, you start off since your list is disrespectful.
All right.
Oh, I forgot RRR. That has to go on some list. It deserves a list of its own. If you've seen RRR, you know what we're talking about. But
it should just be. It's what the heck did I just watch category.
But you couldn't stop watching it.
It was very entertaining. Yeah.
I had a talk with messaging Friggins about it, because I think it was on his top list, which is surprising, but it was a cool movie, but it seems too ridiculous to put in anyone's top 10. No disrespect. Okay.
Okay. So my number 10 is Spirited. I'm not a huge musical guy.
Oh, the Christmas movie.
I'm not a huge musical guy when it comes
Ryan
to those
Reynolds.
movies. but it is Ryan Reynolds and Will Ferrell. I love both of them. They're amazing comedians. And this movie, the songs were actually pretty good. The comedy was funny. And in all, I really liked that movie. It was a good Christmas movie.
It was. I loved it too, but it's hard for me to put Christmas movies in my top list because I can't rewatch them, and like they have no like rewatch. But it was funny. It was a good movie, and yeah, Will Ferrell's one of my favorites of all time, and so is Ryan Reynolds. My number 10 is Black Adam. I love the movie, but I know like all the comic people like may not like it because I don't like know like backstories and all the bad guys and criminals and bad guys villains. But it was just like a good movie. Rock is awesome. Anything he does is awesome. Like all the cameos with the other superheroes in them, like
Freedom Smashers. Wait. I'm thinking something else now.
Was it Hawkman?
Yeah, Hawkman.
Yeah, like he's like one of my favorite now because his character was awesome. Like I can see him having his own movie, but
Or Dr. Fate. He was pretty
Dr.
cool.
Fate was pretty cool too. Like I've like heard of him. I never knew these guys before that movie, so it was like a good introduction to them for me, and it was like action packed. So that was just my number 10.
My number 9 is Sonic 2. I really like the Sonic games, and the first
Have you
one.
even beat one? No. Disrespectful. Have you ever played a Sega? No. Disrespectful. Proceed.
And well, now you just ruined my whole thing.
I'm sorry. Just you kids.
Jim Carrey was like a very good Dr. Eggman, and he was funny through that whole movie.
Was it better than part 1?
Yeah. I did enjoy that maybe a bit more than part 1. Like him turning into like using the diamonds was super cool, and the huge robot at the end was like a really cool end for that boss battle. I really like that movie. I'm excited for the third one. But yeah,
With Shadow?
I thought it was Metal Sonic.
I don't know. I don't remember much of the movie. It was cool to go see, but
Yeah, only people who played the game.
more for my
No.
kids. I love the games though, and I've beat them. And I have a Sega.
Not anymore.
It just doesn't work. My number 9 was Gray Man. What? First of all, it's Ryan Gosling. That automatically shoots you to number 1. He's the man. And it was just a good movie. Chris Evans as a bad guy. Well, I guess he's like plays the bad guy often sometimes because even in
Nice Out.
yeah, he was bad in that. So plays a good bad guy. It was just a cool movie, action packed. Like I didn't go back to it, but I've always wanted to. Like I remember it, but that's why it was kind of low because I watched it like right when it came out and I loved it. But
That's just crazy. That's in top 10.
it's Ryan Gosling.
I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just
Don't disrespect
wow.
Ryan Gosling.
That's
In this household, don't
top
disrespect.
10.
Do not disrespect him.
All right.
Anyways, it was just it was action packed, like, and just a good story. Like I just love that movie, so it was my number 9.
My number 8 is Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness. I love like the horror aspects of the movie. Like it was a bit more bloody than usual Marvel stuff. Like the jump scares were pretty cool. Wanda as a villain was a big surprise to me, and she did a really good job at being the big bad in that movie. And like the cameos from like Reed Richards or I'm blanking, but Professor X was really cool, even though they kind of died like immediately afterwards. But in all, that movie was really cool, and they pulled it off great. Probably one of the best Marvel movies that came out last year.
And you have it at 8.
How'd you get your number 8 out?
My number 8 was Doctor Strange Multiverse. I liked the movie, but like all the cameos were cool, but it's like they had Mr. Fantastic in there, and then he like died, and then they had
Professor X or Black Bolt.
Yeah, Black Bolt. He was like this big old powerful build up, like I can destroy you with my, and then he just died immediately right away. Also, like, and like Wanda was just like invincible. Like she was basically like taking out the world, and so I don't know. It was a good movie, but
and the fact that America Chavez kind of beat her was kind of
yeah, it was.
She
yeah, like she killed like so many like not even like
powerful
second rate powerful like she beat like some strong people, but then she was just I don't know. There's just but the story was cool. It's Marvel, so you know they put so much money in their movies. It's hard not to enjoy it, and yeah. So that's my number 8. Also,
my number 7 is Black Adam. Like he said, it was a good movie. All the cameos from like Hawkman and Dr. Fate were super cool. The Rock was an amazing Black Adam. I wish we could see more of him, maybe even like in the future with Shazam, but doesn't seem that's how it's gonna be.
it's not gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen. The whole movie itself was really cool. The jokes were funny. Just like the main boss of the movie wasn't like amazing to me. Like it was kind of
That's true.
like he was there for like maybe like 5 minutes before killing him off. It was like okay, and yeah, it was a good villain for them, but it was just kind of mediocre for me.
That's true. My number 7
Mm-hmm.
was Woman King. With Viola Davis. That's just a dope movie. Like it's not like like futuristic. It's like back in the day, like older African tribes, and it's just a good story. And like those women got like in good shape for this movie, and
They were putting out hands.
yeah, and then they were like scrapping for real with like knives and spears and weapons, and other people like guns. So they were like really. Doing it. Like they put a lot of work in. They got in shape. My dog's drinking, so if you hear that, technical difficulties.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just a good movie and crazy story, and yeah, so that was my number 7. She's still drinking. We're not cutting this out, so just keep going.
My number 6 is Black Panther: Wakanda Forever. What they did with the movie, it was a very good tribute to Chadwick Boseman. Namor was a very, very good villain for that movie. He was menacing. He was strong. The whole sea thing was amazing. It was well made. Shuri as the Black Panther was super cool. She made a good one. And it seems like she might go like down like a darker path with all her family being deceased now and having honestly kind of no one. And they introduced Ironheart, which was pretty cool as well. But in all, I love the Black Panther movies. It was a good tribute to him, and I loved it.
What are we on?
6.
6, I'm gonna say it was Black Panther also. Like I love the movie, I love Black Panther. It was kind of sad to watch and hard to watch without Chadwick, but I think they like honored him in a good way. I just hated like what was it, Namor?
Namor.
He was like a dope villain, but he was like too good. Like he literally took out Wakanda on his own. Like they made him too powerful. Then he killed the queen, and he just like, and then like Wakanda's supposed to be this like
indestructible,
impenetrable, indestructible, and he just popped in like, "Hey, I can come in here, so do something, or I'm gonna tear it up." And he just was like,
A little bit too strong for them.
yeah, like, and it's like Black Panther, like supposed to be like, you know, the hero for black kids and like their hero, and he just like pretty much took him out on his own. I mean, they came back and redeemed himself. It was a good story. And the story was good. It was a good movie, but I just think they just made him like crazy strong, and it kind of like overshadowed the actual Black Panther movie. But all in all, it was a good movie. It's Marvel, of course, and the Rihanna song is forever memorable. It's still like my favorite song of the year. So yeah, I agree with that at number 6.
Okay. My number 5 was surprising to me, but it is Knives Out, Glass Onion. We just recently watched that movie. It was a more recent one that came out. The movie itself was great. Like, the mystery about who killed who, and that, like, you, like, have to try to decide. And it's, like, they really make you, like, work to understand. Not understand, I mean, like, guess who the killer is. And it's always like when they reveal it, you're like, what? Wow, that was surprising.
And great cast and actors.
Oh yeah, great cast. They all played great roles. The plot twist with the sister, not actually, I forgot her name, but the sister's sister pretending to be her was like a big surprise to me. And finding out the killer was also cool. I also just like recently watched the first one, and that one was also cool. So yeah, this Glass Onion was amazing to me, and it deserved top 5.
Which one did you like better?
2. I did like 2 more. The cast was better, in my opinion.
They're both good. Those could have easily been. They weren't on my list, but it could have been on my list because I also enjoyed it. But I think it's because we just watched it, like you said, so I haven't got a chance to soak it in yet. My number 6?
5.
5 is Bullet Train. Again, great cast, lots of action. Brad Pitt is like underrated funny. Whenever he's funny, it's like always a good movie. Like what's that one? Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
Oh, Lost City.
Yeah, he's just like when he's just like sarcastically funny, but then he's also like really skilled. Like that's his niche.
He's just a good actor.
Yeah, but I mean that's like his niche now. That's what he does now. He's funny. It's like a Ryan Reynolds, but not Ryan. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds. Like he's super talented, but he's funny also. It's kind of like the same thing, but he's Brad Pitt, so he has his own lane. But that was just a good movie, good story, lots of action, even like crazy twists. I hated how the daughter was like alive the whole time. No one figured her out, and then at the end she just got. Did she get taken out by the tangerine?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I guess that's kind of a cool ending because she was annoying, and to be taken out by a tangerine van is kind of awesome. But yeah, so that's my number.
Did you get why though?
Yeah.
Why the tangerine truck?
Yeah, because tangerine, he called it like he put the thing on her, right?
Yeah, the brother that died.
Yeah, he put the
actual brother that died.
Yeah. He put the Thomas the Train on her to say like she's
Diesel.
Yeah. She's Diesel. Got it. I got it.
Okay. My number 4 was Prey. I don't know how you have that, but it was a great action movie. Probably one of the best ones of this year. Honestly, that was probably the best Predator movie. It might come close with the one from the original Arnold one, but that's the only one that I could think of that might match this one. Because this one is absolutely amazing. What they did with like the old native was great. Having like Predator, he was crazy strong in this one. He was like ruthless, killing all the animals, and like, oh my god, it was so much fun watching that movie. It was action packed. It was so it was just so great. I can't even describe it, how good it was. The only thing that like could like make it like annoying to me, Predator near the end became more reliant on his weapons.
He's a cheater.
He did become a cheater. At first, he was like,
He's like a respectable warrior.
yeah, he was like taking out these animals like the bear. He fought hand to hand. But then when it came to the humans and the weapons, he was using all his space traps like the blades or the bombs and all that. And he was like,
Camouflage.
yeah, and it was like that. And what kind of threw me off was that the girl actually beat him. With I'm not saying she didn't kill, like she knew, like it made sense how she killed him. It's just if she got defeated by some of those guys with the Brits, was it? I don't know. I forgot what they were.
I don't know what they
French. It was
Yeah.
French. She got defeated by some of those French guys, and he took them out like immediately with all those weapons, and all she needed was her hatchet, and then reverse using the mask of his to kill him. It just was like.
And she used the medicine to like camouflage it. She used some skills.
I know it just kind of seemed
like
rushed.
him.
It seemed rushed.
Yeah, they probably rushed it, but she did. She used a bunch of skills to get him.
I'm not saying she didn't like she deserved that kill. She
Because
earned
she's a
it.
woman. You're getting canceled. I don't support what he's saying. No, but that's higher on my list, so that's why I can't really say too much. But he pretty much said it all. But what are we on?
3, 4.
4. My number 4 is Hustle, which was with Adam Sandler. Which Adam Sandler's, I love everything he does, but then it's basketball, which is like my first love ever, and it was just a good movie. I didn't get to watch as much as I wanted to watch it again, but I didn't go back to it. But I did love that movie. Like it brought me probably more because it related to me in my childhood. It brought me back, and it was just an overall good movie. And so it's definitely up there, and I'm gonna watch it again probably tonight. Are you being a hater?
What do you mean? I didn't say anything.
Your face says it all.
I was not saying anything.
You said enough with your face. That movie was awesome.
I was looking at Cashmere.
Did you even watch it? No. Disrespectful. Next.
My number 3 is Bullet Train. Like he said, Brad Pitt, amazing actor. He played a comedian really well, and the huge cast was amazing. The little cameo by Ryan Reynolds was super funny.
Of course.
Wasn't expecting that. Princess was annoying. What was her name? Was it Princess? Was it Princess?
What are you doing?
Get away.
Who? From the movie Princess?
I forgot.
I forgot her name, but she's in all those movies. The daughter, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I forget her name.
She was annoying for that movie.
Stop! Go down. We can't edit it out. Whatever.
She was killing everyone. Honestly, like she took out so many.
Yeah.
And then like all the good ones were dead. Like I was sad when it was either Tangerine or Lemon that died. And it was like I was super sad. I was like, "What? No, I really like that duo." But then she was still alive at the end, and she was still like out. I was like, "What? Are you serious right now?"
Yeah, that's.
So it was good that the Tangerine truck came.
Just keep talking about it.
But yeah, it was good. It was a good movie.
And the cameo with Sandra Bullock, even though she didn't like. Well, she was in it the whole movie, but she didn't pop up to the end. But I love everything she does too.
Oh, and what's his name? He was the stripper.
Channing Tatum.
Channing Tatum.
When did he pop out?
He was the guy reading the
yeah,
book.
He was.
I wasn't.
Yeah,
there's a lot of cameos.
Yeah, there was. What are we on?
3.
3 or 4?
3.
Oh, mine was Thor: Love and Thunder. I just love that movie. I know a lot of people hated it with him like doing the splits and just being like a total joke. Like even like dressing how he was like. But that movie, I've watched that movie like probably 10 times. So I just love it. It's freaking funny and the action and like just Thor, like his body. That movie was ridiculous. Like the workout he did for that was crazy. I just didn't like how they did Zeus.
Oh yeah,
that was
like usually Zeus. When you think of Zeus, you're like thinking
the
buff, powerful god, and
gods.
in this one he's like
a joke. So I just like how they did Zeus, and then
or Gore. That's why it wasn't in top 10. I was like really kind of just Christian Bale did a good Gore, but
he was a pretty good villain. Though.
He was, but like in the comics, he's great.
That's why it wasn't. I get that because that's what a lot of people say, but I don't know the comics.
He's like super strong. He took out so many gods, but in this one he took out like.
He took out the gods where they didn't show. No, he was killing them.
He killed one god, the one in the beginning. That's the only god he killed.
No, they said there's someone out there killing the gods. They just weren't showing it.
Oh, but I don't know. Yeah, I guess, but like, it was just kind of disappointing.
They could have went more into his character, but it's like there's only so much you can put from like a whole comic book series into one movie. So I think they did good. And
I like the cameo with Guardians of the Galaxy in the beginning. That was pretty funny.
Yeah, they're always gonna be funny with what's his name? Useless.
Star-Lord. It's not useless.
The one who ruined everything.
Whatever. Agree to disagree.
But yeah, so that was my number 3.
My number 2 is Avatar: The Way of the Water. That movie was amazing. The graphics, amazing story, amazing characters.
Is that the only movie we saw in 3D?
Yeah. We watched it in 3D. Amazing. That was...
I think you have to watch it. I'm sure it's still good without 3D, but...
I would go see that in 3D again.
If you can, watch it in 3D.
I watched the first one for the first time before seeing Avatar. And the first one was great. Like, I can't believe it took 10 years for that to be made, but I see why. It was the time it must have took to make like all of that come to life was stupendous. It was magical, honestly.
I agree. We're on 2.
Mm-hmm.
My number 2 is Prey. I just loved Prey. I've watched Prey like over and over and over again. I just loved it. Like just the skills they had, and you know, they like even the story they told. Even the Predator, how he said he was doing, like he's being respectable, like only doing honorable fights and doing all that the whole time. So it was just even the times it was in, it was just, I think they just did a good job with the story. Of the brother, what was he? I forgot his name, but the brother, he was just super dope, especially when he fought Predator 1-on-1. But that's exactly when I got mad, because he was beating the Predator bad, and then the Predator just cheated and went invisible and killed him. So that kind of killed it for me, because I'd like them to have like a more of a 1-on-1 fight, because like the biggest Predator versus the brother, the warrior. But I just love that movie, the whole thing, and my Indian people. It was just, I just love that movie to death. So, and I'm probably gonna watch that again too.
My number 1 is, before I say it, where did you put the Batman?
Not even in my honorable mentions.
My number 1 is the Batman. I am a huge Batman fan. I've loved him since I was like in diapers probably. And this movie, The Riddler, I loved how they was like kept it like a serial killer vibe. It wasn't like goofy like how Riddler is usually in the comics.
But how do you just change his whole thing? Like in the comics, he was never that kind of bad.
What do you mean?
Like a psychotic.
That's what he was going for. He was going for like a serial killer vibe.
You got it.
Not some cartoony character saying, "Riddle me this."
That's who he was, though.
Who's gonna die? Like, see, that's not threatening at all. You wouldn't. That's like, okay. He did Riddler such justice in this, and it was absolutely amazing.
It
Robert-
was a really good movie, and it did deserve to be even on my list. But it was just so long and drawn out and dark.
I got goosebumps during that movie. The beginning scene where he's talking and showing all the criminals getting scared of when the bat signals open. Absolute chills. The fight scenes were amazing when they were there. That's why I said when they were there. I know
That's more like a storytelling movie than any type
because
of
it was
action.
more like detective. It wasn't focusing on it.
Exactly. So don't bring up no fight scenes.
I'm saying like when there were fight scenes, they were good ones.
Zoe Kravitz was awesome.
Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman was amazing. She played the part perfectly.
That Batman wasn't as bad as I thought he would be either.
Yeah,
I'll give him
Robert
this.
Pattinson. Most people didn't think he was going to be good. I had hopes for him. He played the part amazingly. Absolutely great. Like, he might be... Okay, I won't say that.
Don't even say that.
I won't say that.
Don't say that.
Because Christian Bale is still a thing. But yeah, that movie is probably going to be one of my favorite movies forever. And I cannot wait for the second one.
There's another one?
Yeah. 4 hours.
What?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
Well, we won't be watching that.
We will.
My number one's Avatar. Like, it was just, like, so anticipated. Like, I waited 10 years. I loved the first one. I just hated...
Spider. I didn't like that kid.
Yeah, the fact that
he saved his dad.
He saved his dad, but still tried to be with his people. So he's like, he knows he's gonna come back to try to kill him, but like that whole thing pissed me off. And then how he took his family from. I know they had to do that to switch habitats because that's the whole theory of Avatar. Like now it's in water, but he brought all the trouble to them, and then they had to fight. Like
kind of messed up.
Yeah, it's like super messed up, but. I get it. It's all part of the story and stuff, but just the whole movie, like the way, like I had chills during that movie. Again, we watched it in 3D, and I can definitely I'm gonna watch it again. Like we really just, well, when did it come out? We really just watched it. Yeah. So,
and something that I had a little problem, not too much. There wasn't much of the parents. I forgot their names. But yeah, it mainly focused on the kids. It wasn't like super, and unless it was like the fighting part, it was mainly about the kids the entire movie.
They still had their parts though, where they.
No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying like they had their big parts, but they didn't focus as much on them. I guess they didn't, since the first one was mainly focused on them. They wanted to show more of the kids and like the future of Avatar. But I was like a little sad about that.
Yeah, but it was just overall like you can't not have that movie in your top. Like it was just awesome. Like the graphics, the story, the water, like even the animals, like even their story with the whales and all that. It was just an overall dope movie. Like I had chills, and we even tried to wait after, like hoping there was like credits like Marvel, but there wasn't. But we just didn't want it to be over even when it was over. So
it was so nice, like seeing the credits and how like the water was there.
Yeah. So I can't wait till the next one. Hopefully it's not 10 years.
But it's gonna be fire.
Yeah. He's just gonna take his family to kill another group of people.
Getting real Avatar vibes. Like earth, wind, fire.
Well, yeah, that's what it is.
No, you know what I'm talking about? Like
yes.
The Avatar show?
Yes. Because the next one is gonna be
fire.
The other element. I mean, after that one.
But yeah, this was our top 10 of 2022.
Now, we didn't get to watch Whale.
Puss in Boots.
Puss in Boots, which he said. What else was there?
Megan? Did that come out last
Yeah,
week?
Megan. We didn't get to watch that.
I'm honestly not super excited for Megan. It kind of looks weird to me.
It does look weird, but I do want to watch it.
To each their own.
I had Menu on our thing to watch, but we finally watched it, and that was definitely no.
It was
It was a movie to watch, but yeah.
It was just really strange.
We didn't watch Lightyear either.
But I did.
You did?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't watch Lightyear.
I couldn't wait. I had Chris Evans as Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah. But yeah, but we pretty much watched most of the movies this year, and it was an awesome year of movies. Hopefully,
this year I've seen the roll up like Creed 3, John Wick 4. Seems like it's going to be a great year for movies, and I'm super excited for that.
Yes, I had my movies I'm looking forward to, but I can't remember them. I know John Wick 4 and Creed 3, but there's another one I'm looking forward to. But now I can't remember.
Ant-Man.
But I'm not really like, super looking forward to it, but I'm gonna watch it.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Same.
No, none of those.
I'm getting marveled out.
Oh, you still got like 4 years, man. Saddle up.
But we already went 37 minutes. It wasn't even supposed to be that long. We were supposed to do like our top 5 movies, but it was just too hard. There's just so many good movies. So yeah, so we'll be back with some more videos, hopefully sooner and more consistent.
Comment down below if you want us to review any movies.
Yeah, like,
give our
subscribe,
opinions.
let us know what more we can do. We're gonna try to do some like more things, like we said last year, like mukbangs, challenges, more family stuff.
I don't know about some.
He's like eating on camera, but that's what people do. So trying to spend more time doing things together this year. So thanks for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. We don't have an outro or nothing, so
Peace.
Bye.